السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. لعل تاريخ الموسيقى في باكستان يعود إلى أكثر من 5000 عام، حيث تطورت مع العديد من المراحل التاريخية التي مرت بها هذه الأرض الخصبة بثقافاتها المتشعبة وفنونها. فالموسيقى الباكستانية المتنوعة بتنوع سكانها المتعددي الأعراق تراوح بين القوالي الذي بات نوعا موسيقيا شهيرا متفرعا من الإسلام الصوفي، والغزل والكافي، وموسيقى الروك اند رول والبوب الحديثة. هذه الموسيقى المميزة بألحانها والإيقاع تستبطن عناصر متنوعة مثل الموسيقى من أجزاء مختلفة من جنوب آسيا، وكذلك من آسيا الوسطى، ومن الفارسية والتركية والعربية، والتأثيرات الموسيقية الشعبية الغربية العصرية. مع هذه التأثيرات المتعددة تم تشكيل صوت ولحن باكستاني رائع ومختلف يسلب الألباب. يطيب لنا اليوم أن نستقبل من إسلام آباد الموسيقيين شيري وياوار باكشي، اللذين ينتميان إلى عائلة قوال باكشي سلامات قوال، وكان والدهما المايسترو محمد أجمل خان عازف الطبلة ذائع الصيت عالميا. لننطلق معا في رحلة مشوقة وممتعة من الألحان والكلمات والأشعار والموسيقى الباكستانية بأطيافها المتنوعة ضمن خاص من الداخل الموسيقى الباكستانية. أهلا بكم إلى حلقة جديدة من الداخل، معكم زينب صفار، تابعونا. Sheri and Yawar, welcome to Min al-Dakhil from the inside.
Thank you for having us.
Pure pleasure to have you both. Well, to start, Sheri, the folk music of Pakistan represents the real culture of the people, their love and hates, their joys and sorrows, their colorful ceremonies and festivities, and above all, their spiritual entity and identity. It includes all the songs and dances spontaneously originating among the people of different regions in Pakistan. As a musician, Sheri, how important is rhythm in any song, whether it's pop, rock, or Pakistani cultural music?
Well, Zainab, it's a very good question because in any continent in the world, rhythm is the backbone of any music. So, for example, I think in Pakistan, the biggest example is Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, because he's one of those artists who has performed in all over the world, and he was able to let people enjoy. But most of people, those who are enjoying in the concert, they actually enjoying the beat, basically, because they don't know the meaning of, let's say, the Mast Kalandar or Allahu, whatever Nusrat Saab is saying. But eventually they are able to clap with the rhythm, you know. So in same case, if we listen African music, we don't know what they are saying, what is that meaning of the lyrics. But thing is, being a human, I'm not saying being a musician, being a human,
sure,
it's in our, it's in our nature that we can connect with rhythm very easily. Even if we are a child, whenever you see there's a song playing in front of any 4 to 5 years child, he will or she will start clapping, even don't know what he's saying or what is the meaning of this song. Even it's a patriotic song.
You just interact with the melody and the rhythm, as you said, and you move on to this kind of euphoria and nirvana.
Obviously, and it also connects with the dance, because in Pakistan there are so many dance forms, same as there are so many music forms. After every 70 kilometers, when in case you're traveling on road, you will observe that there is a difference. After every 70 kilometers, there is another culture. there is another wardrobe, there is another style of shoe,
Accent of languages,
and music
yeah.
and dance. So there are so many cultures in a one country. So
This is the diversity of Pakistan,
yeah,
actually.
diversity of Pakistan, it's very rich because KPK, either it's Sindh, either it's Balochistan, Punjab, Hunza, and
Sure.
Gilgit-Baltistan. Everyone has its own beauty.
To ask. Yes, we will come to highlight one of these particular regions and its culture through your work, Sheri. But allow me to ask Yawar, Salam Yawar, instruments add character to the music each culture and province perhaps enjoys. Pakistan has more than 600 unique instruments that are part of its music-making tradition. Is there any specific scales on which folk tunes of Pakistan are composed?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. Most of the time, which I have heard, growing up, so I just realized that most of the folk tunes is in Rag Megh and in Rag Pahari, which are more easy instead of other ragas. So basically, the Rag Megh and the Rag Pahari is more easy and more relatable to the common man.
Even Rag Eamon.
Even Rag Eamon,
The Lydian scale.
And the Lonian scale as well. So most of the folk tune is in easy rags like Rag Megh and Rag Pahari and Rag Yaman. Yes.
You are both the sons of the late Ustad Muhammad Ajmal Khan,
We are blessed.
the tabla maestro whom I had the honor, of course, to meet and host once upon a time in Beirut. Remember, Sheri, on this
Yes.
very show.
And
من الداخل
I remember
from
I was the bridge.
Mayadeen.
I was working like a bridge in between you and my father.
That's very true. That's very true. Bless your heart. Music experts note that Mr. Ajmal Khan was the finest tabla player of the Punjabi tradition. It is amazing to know what all he did for the art form of tabla. You are both on a path to carry forward the legacy of your late father and major influencer, Mr. Muhammad Ajmal Khan. Tell us about your father's journey with local music and musicians, Sheri, please.
Well, Zainab, first of all, let me tell you that it's a very difficult task to be a son of great maestro, because people expect you as your father is, but somehow you need to practice to be like your father. So first of all, we are just students. We are just trying to be like our father, and I think there is a long journey. And the second thing is that my father, when he came to in this field, he actually worked with so many great maestros, like Aksi Mufti, like Adam Nair, who was the founders of an institution, Lokrisa, who was and who is working still for the promotion of arts and culture of Pakistan.
Preservation of arts.
So my father, he actually worked at Lokrisa as a field researcher to found some hidden talented musicians. So he actually traveled all over the Pakistan, its interior Sindh and interior Punjab, to explore such talented musicians and painters and dancers. So he actually found so many different musicians who eventually becomes a very huge singers and musicians in present days. So as we were growing, so unintentionally we were watching all these scenarios in front of us.
The diversity of the music.
So somehow we were so lucky to have such great maestros, such great knowledge of music, knowledge of art in our house. So whenever there is a question in our mind, so we can ask
You
anyone.
are so lucky. You are so lucky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. We are so lucky. Yes.
I want to ask a question which is for both of you. What is the single most important advice Ustad Ajmal Khan has offered to you both on this long musical journey, and what are the lessons learned?
Well, the very first lesson was modesty. That he used to say that whenever you are waking up, there is a new day, and if it's a new day, you're learning something new.
Modesty is the key to success.
Yeah. So when you're learning something new in every day, so how can you be a teacher? So that means you are a student because you are learning. So the first lesson was modesty and respect to your seniors and
learn from everyone.
Learn from everyone, yeah.
Sheri and Yawar, can you play something as a tribute to your late father, Ustad Ajmal Khan, and also your grandfather's renowned qawwals, Bakshi and Salamat?
Yeah, we would love
sure,
to,
sure.
but please don't compare us with them because they were great maestros and we are just an ordinary students of music. So we can only try to build some, atmosphere of music, spiritual music.
Please.
And by the way,
Please,
this poetry is by the greatest Sufi poet, Hazrat Allama Iqbal, Hazrat Allama Muhammad Iqbal, and I hope you will like it.
Sure. Right, may their souls, your grandfathers and your late father, rest in peace, Sheri and Yawar Bakshi. Allow me, since you are playing some tunes and melodies, we all know that your music is a modern rendition of traditional folk merged with qawwali, a fusion of all music genres, perhaps. Can you please play some melodies of different flavors, aromas and genres of Pakistan music? Okay,
Zainab, the tune what we are going to play is called Balle Balle, and there is no meaning of Balle Balle, but it's a sign of joy.
It's well known. Yes, it's well known.
It's a sign of celebration.
Ceremonial kind of song for festivities.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an essential part of any wedding in Punjab specifically.
Exactly. Please go ahead.
Yeah, we are going to play. Yeah. So this was a Punjabi tune which is very popular in all over Punjab. And let's say Babure Shirish. And now we are playing a Balochi tune, which is quite famous. This was a Balochi tune, a sample of Balochi tune.
Yes, it's very beautiful. Since you talked about the Baluchi kind of tune, in Pakistan, musical style we know and the way in which it is performed varies greatly across its 4 regions. Sounds of Baluchistan is your most recent video clip done for the promotion of your home province, Baluchistan. I would appreciate if you can tell us more about this beautiful production. Both you and Wayawar worked on it.
Yeah, let me tell you, Zainab, when the company called us to be a part of this this promotional song, actually we were not very fully confident about Balochistan because we were thinking that maybe there will be no musicians over there who can perform and who can play such melodies. So, but somehow to gain experience, we went there in Quetta. When we went there, we actually found that there are so many studios over there, and there are so many musicians, and there are so many different percussion instrumentalists over there. But somehow, due to some political reasons and due to some geographical reasons, Balochistan and the musicians of Balochistan are so underrated, and they actually they are so much into their culture, and so they are so much attached with their cultures. It was wonderful experience. To be very honest, we have been in so many shows of Pakistan. We have performed in Coke Studio, Nescafe Basement, and doing films and OSTs. But this was such a unique experience.
Unique
for
and
us.
organic.
Organic,
Sure.
because we haven't added any electronic sound in this specific track. It's all acoustic and it's all organic sounds. And when we were searching for musicians to perform in this song, we found 12 musicians, 12 brilliant musicians. And there was tabla, there was dholak, there was banjo, there was rabab, there was chung, there was dadang and damal, and so many other instruments. So it
Sure.
was very interesting to see 12 musicians of Balochistan, which are so underrated but at the same time very talented. They are playing together.
Literally they own their culture.
Yeah.
And the musicians over there, they knew that they are just coming for the audio recording. But even for audio recording, they were fully equipped with,
They did the
with their
professional
dresses,
work.
with their dresses, So that was very interesting about them.
And even when
Right.
they were coming, they bring some traditional food for us,
Yes.
traditional dry fruits for us, and we were like, how good they are. It's a good gesture.
Very welcoming.
Yeah, very
great
welcoming.
hospitality over
The
there.
traditional, not only music, but also the scrumptious food. Allow us now, Sheri and Wayawar, to have a look, to listen, to enjoy, and learn more about Balochistan through this segment from The Sounds of Balochistan. Sherry, as you said, there are so many different cultures in Pakistan and each has its own kind of philosophy. As an expert, how can you differentiate these rhythmic patterns?
Well, as I said, that Pakistan is culturally so rich, and there are so many variety of music and rhythm and melody and scales and dances and so many things. Even in food, you know, you make rice in let's say in Islamabad. When you will arrive to Rawat, which is almost, when you arrive to Jhelum, which is almost 70 kilometers far away from Islamabad, you will see a new recipe of rice. And when you will go further, you will see a new recipe of rice. So that's how, it's very interesting to see. So basically, if we talk about, let's say in Punjab, the rhythm pattern, the form which is very popular in Punjab is Bhangra. Bhangra and Sufi music as well. So Bhangra has its own rhythm patterns and Sufi music has its own rhythm, you know, philosophies. And same as in Sindh, same as in Balochistan. So as there's a quote that beat is all about pauses. So that's how you can you know relate to it. So let me give you a very small demonstration about, let's say it's a Punjab. So Punjabi people are so expressive. They want to dance, they want to sing loud, they want to eat a lot, and in any emotion they are very, you know, they are very loud. So for that, their internal need, they need a huge sound. They need a dhol, which is a quite big instrument, like not as tabla. It's a big instrument. It plays with sticks. So everything they need is loud. So my tabla is not very loud, but I'll try to demonstrate. So basically, it's a bhangra like. So that's how they started initially when any wedding and when the bride arrives to the house. So that's how they celebrate the music. So let's say even if it's KPK, the time is same 1, 2, 3, 4, but as I said that every province has its own body language, own rhythmic body language. So Punjab was like. So now KPK. And same as Balochistan, they are culturally, they are physically very rich. So Balochistan. So same as, you know, other provinces, there are so minor differences, but a major difference. Eventually, you know,
Right.
when you look inside the rhythms, you will see a major difference.
Sure, and you will see the culture of the people and their traditions too. In today's brief performance, Wiyawar Baakshi on the harmonium and Sheri Baakshi on the tabla and the guitar, you have taken us and all music lovers actually on a journey which is harmoniously rich, appealing in virtuosity, and above all, revealing your best qualities. Thank you very much for your fascinating rhythm and the contemporary instruments blended beautifully with the traditional style that kept us captivated and enthralled. Always a pleasure to have you both.
Thank you so much, Zainab. Let me tell the audience that you are musically very informative and very knowledgeable, and it's always fun to be, you know, guest of you. And thank you, the persons who are sitting behind the camera and your team.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for joining us actually from the Pakistani capital of Islamabad.
Thank you for
You're
having
welcome.
us. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. ودائما الشكر لكم مشاهدينا الكرام على طيب المتابعة. للتفاعل أكثر تابعونا على صفحات السوشيال ميديا، وحتى نلتقي من كل فريق عمل من الداخل من كل الميادين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.